From Ohio, we shift our focus to Seattle, a city in the American state of Washington. A city which is being hailed for banning caste-based discrimination. It has become the first American city to do so. No other city in the US has specifically outlawed caste-based discrimination. And why is that? Because caste was never thought to be a big issue in the country. In the state of Washington alone, Indians constitute just 2% of the population. And why have I mentioned only Indians? Because that's who Seattle's decisions could affect the most. You see, there are two sides to every story, and this one is no different. While discrimination on any basis, including caste, is wrong, and India banned it some 7 decades ago, the decision in Seattle is being called controversial, even Hinduphobic. An Indian origin senator is complaining, and the Indian community is not happy. Here's why.
Clerk, please read item 1 into the record.
How many communities in the world are known to practice caste-based discrimination? Not many. But Indians are somehow stereotyped as people whose lives revolve around caste. At least that's the image of Indians in the West. Hindus especially. Is caste a problem in India? Yes, it is. A lot of our politics revolves around it. Is it an issue in the United States? There have been isolated instances where people have spoken out against being treated differently because of their caste. Now, the Seattle City Council has added caste to the city's anti-discrimination laws. Caste-based discrimination has effectively been banned by an ordinance. The ordinance was proposed by the council's only Indian-American member, Shama Sawant. She said, and I quote, "Caste discrimination doesn't only take place in other countries. It's faced by South Asian American and other immigrant working people in their workplaces, including in the tech sector, in Seattle and in cities around the country." The supporters of the ordinance are thrilled, but some Hindu Americans aren't. They say they're being singled out and the community is being unfairly maligned. The Hindu American Foundation shot off an open letter in which it said, "The city of Seattle has voted to treat South Asians in a manner that no other ethnic or racial community is treated, under the guise of non-discrimination. It has voted yes to discriminating against ethnic minorities, repeating the ugliness of nativists in the state nearly a century ago." The letter also referred to a study by the Carnegie Endowment and said incidents of caste discrimination in the US are rare. The Coalition of Hindu Americans of North America said, "This ordinance peddles bigotry and singles out the South Asian community by using racist colonial tropes of caste and ensures that our community is subject to special scrutiny, thus denying our rights to freedom of religion and equal protection." And Indian American State Senator from Ohio, Neeraj Antani, said, "Adding caste to their non-discrimination policy is Hinduphobic and is a tool those that are anti-Hindu use to discriminate against Hindus in America, in India and around the world." Why is this new ordinance being called Hinduphobic? Because some American Hindus believe it will be used to target them. Let's first understand how caste made news in the US. In 2020, Cisco was sued by the state of California. For what? For allowing an Indian American employee to be harassed by his managers because of his caste. This is when caste discrimination became a buzzword in the US. Now Seattle has passed a law, and some Hindus feel they'll be unfairly exposed to a lot of scrutiny. Remember, this comes even as the US has failed to stop racism, which is a much bigger structural issue in the country. Black people continue to face intense attacks. They're even killed, not by civilians, but by law enforcement officials. So the question is, was American law not equipped to tackle caste-based discrimination all these years? If it was, why did Seattle have to get an ordinance passed? Will it, ironically, expose Hindus and South Asians to discrimination of another kind? To say caste bias is not a problem would be a lie. To say it's rampant in the US may be off the mark. Seattle's law may or may not fix the problem, but some Hindus in America are concerned it will turn them into targets.